Welcome and thanks for stopping by. I'm Digital Micro. You're on the Digital Micro Trading Journal channel, day trading for an ROI payout. It's just my trade journal, and it's all about rule-based price action trading. My daily affirmation: I see it and understand. Rigid discipline and rules, flexible and outcome expectations, independent thinker, impeccable risk manager, precision-based trader, responsible business manager. And what we've got is price action, order flow levels, Thursday, August 24th. And there is a news catalyst. We already had a big one from NVIDIA earnings expansion. I'll point that on the chart here. But there is, again, a lot of other economic news catalysts coming out, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. Let's look at the benchmark 15-minute chart right here. So the draw in liquidity right below this light bulb is all these cluster of new week open gaps. And what we did was we had a candle wick at the London silver bullet go all the way to the top of this purple rectangle band. And that was a big Judas swing for me. I waited for the displacement lower, and we did go lower and come back up into this 5-minute fair value gap, which again is a 22 model of ICT. So you see we had displacement up, and then we go back down, and we had candle wicks into that rectangle. Now the other thing I want to point out is that blue line right under that top rectangle that's yellow. That is New York midnight and London. So London opens at the same level and the price, and that is 25. So that is a key level, because you don't see the majority of the days where it's exactly to the tick price matching New York midnight open and London. That's very uncommon. So that's telling us something right there. Second yellow rectangle is the new day open gap. So that would be, where did we close on the last tick? New day open gap is the last tick of the prior day and the open of the new tick on the new day. So that kind of breaks down. I do have a DOL draw on liquidity on blue here. So far, 44.65 is the draw on liquidity lower. It's all about these precision levels that I'm using, and I've learned to train my eye not only to draw them, track them, but implement them in my trading. And the analyst, Digital Micro, is the one that really is in charge of putting these charts together and trying to make them as close to what I think my mentor would have taught me as possible, and then acting the trade models. And right now I'm at about 2 models, maybe 3, and I try to supplement them within the confines of the silver bullet. And you can see these black rectangles within lines. Those are the silver bullet hours where I've got optimal trade opportunity. Not 100% of the time, but most of the time. So I try to follow that. Let's go to the higher time frames next. Next chart. Okay, we've got the 24-hour charts here. Far left, NASDAQ 100. Middle chart, ES Mini, S&P 500. And the far, the dollar, DXY. So let's start with the 2 charts on the left. These are the equity indices. In the middle specifically is the one I trade, ES Mini. And you can see this body of the second candle from the right is where we had this candle wick above, is that complete range expansion in Globex. And then the very next candle is the next day, Thursday, Globex, where we currently are. And you can see here what's happened is we've got this major earnings release. It just got smashed. So that's the 10-ton elephant in the room, is, can it hold? Well, to look at that is look at the dollar. The dollar is very consolidated here. We did have a black candle going down prior day, but look at what we've done right now in Globex. We're coming back up. Now, the high prior day on the dollar was we're just short of 104. We couldn't get there. A couple of pips below the 104 here. My sweet spot's going to be 8:30 news catalyst to 11 a.m. That's all I'm going to do, because the next day following, we've got Chairman Powell speaking from Jackson Hole. I don't want to be caught up in another price run that starts in the afternoon and goes all the way to the morning of his speech. So I'm going to be out of the market by 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. Let's go to the next chart on the Renko, since we have already covered the 15-minute benchmark. We have the Renko here, so you can see here the silver bullet, London zone right here. And what I really want to point out to is, prior to all that happening, look what happened here when we expanded after the earnings of NVIDIA. We go all the way, hit the upper blue Keltner right here, which just happens to be, again, the top of the new day open gap. So the new day open gap is, again, what we've already described, but this was also confluent with the upper blue Keltner. So by the time we hit under the light bulb, the top of the purple band rectangle here with the cluster of new week open gaps, we were still in the zip code of the upper blue Keltner level. We come back down, and here's this red Keltner. You can see we dip below it into the drawn liquidity lower, and that happened a while back. And that is currently where we've had the lows of the session so far in this Thursday Globex. So I'm going to look to see if we can break 44.60 drawn liquidity. And if we did, I've got that premium wick 50% level coming in at 44.62. We'll look at that. One more chart for confluence. Let's take a look. Okay, last and final chart to wrap this video is the 9 blue EMA on a higher time frame daily chart. You see it curling up, and that comes in at 44.43.25. And the candle wick, which is the whole NVIDIA earnings expansion after the RTH regular trading hours. And here we are on the Globex the next day. And you see we're above the 18 EMA. So the red is the 18 EMA. So there you have it. That's the confluence level for me, is we've got air from the 9. I'm not saying we're going to connect back to the 9 day, but between now and Friday, or now and Monday at some point, I'm going to watch this 9 EMA level for a reconnect because we've got some nice air currently, but it's only one candle. This isn't perfect for timing on intra-session day trading, but it's just good for me to know where the levels are. And again, just observe where we crossed from the 9 over the 18 down. That was several candles ago, to be precise. That was August 8th to August 9th when that crossover happened. So here we are, August 24th, and we are above both the 9 and the 18. That's a wrap. Thanks so much for staying and watching to the end. Take care. Aloha. Bye.